Yo, what's up guys? We got pokeaim here. Today we're going to the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl Moveset video guide on how to use Gyarados. This is another highly requested Pokemon by you guys, so if you guys do enjoy these Moveset video guides, make sure you let me know by leaving a like and also leave a comment down below of the next Pokemon you'd like to see me cover. And if you are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. My end of the year goal is 300,000 subscribers. I'm uploading 2 to 3 Pokemon videos a day. You got Moveset video guides, you got Wi-Fi battles, you got Showdown Live, whole lot of content every single day. Now, I will say that for today, I ran a little bit short on time, so I actually didn't get a chance to do my slides for this moveset guide. So we will be using the Pokemon Showdown Team Builder, which is where I put the Pokemon together before I transfer them to Photoshop and put a whole bunch of slides myself. Again, I did run out of time today, but I wanted to be able to put something up because I know that you guys like these videos and I know it helps you guys out. So hopefully you don't mind that too much. And yeah, we'll still be talking about Gyarados. I got a bunch of sets here, and we have some fun meme sets as well. So Gyarados is predominantly a physical attacker, right? The best thing about Gyarados is it evolves from Magikarp, right? You get this useless Pokemon, and it becomes a damn threat. Dragon Dance is fantastic. It's awesome that they were going to make Gyarados part Dragon, but because it would have been broken in Gen 1, and there's also like not... Well, its typing would have been broken, but also there wasn't any Dragon moves for it to really use. They decided against it. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. But Dragon Dance is amazing, coupled with its two abilities, Intimidate and Moxie. Intimidate, if you guys didn't know, says it right there. It lowers the opponent's stat by one stage, excuse me, -1. And then Moxie, every single time you pick up a KO, you get +1 attack. These are both fantastic on a Pokemon like Gyarados, which has very high attack, and Dragon Dance, which allows it to raise its 81 base speed +1. So the first set we have is Dragon Dance. This will be your typical Dragon Dance Gyarados. Dragon Dance, Waterfall, Earthquake, and Ice Fang are going to be your usual coverage. Dragon Dance, obviously your boosting move. Waterfall, giving you your stab for things like Gliscor and Infernape, and also breaking through and flinching Clefable. Earthquake is mainly there for Azumarill. That's like the big thing. If we actually look at the OU tier list, and this is something that I can't do when we're doing the other thing, but if you actually look at the OU tier list, the Pokemon that Earthquake hits are Azumarill for neutral. It does 2 AKO at +1. Empoleon for super effective damage. And then obviously Gengar, which is pretty cool too. You hit Heatran before boosting, and like mons like Lucario and Magnezone as well. So it's cool for those Pokemon. If you don't want to use Earthquake though, you could use Crunch. And the benefits of Crunch are you deal with Starmie, which can obviously knock you out with Thunderbolt after if you didn't have Crunch. And you also deal with Latios better as well. And then your last move is Ice Fang. Ice Fang, I think, should always be on Gyarados simply because it helps you deal with a lot of Gyarados's, natural answers or water's natural answers. Grass types like Breloom, obviously. Gyarados, unfortunately, does not have access to Bounce right now, which is why we don't have it in its move pool, which is why we're not using it here at all. But Ice Fang allows you to deal with Breloom. It allows you to deal with Garchomp, Gliscor, Dragonite, Latios, things like that. So it's just your ice stat for the dragons mainly there, and obviously the grass types as well. And Waterfall is also really cool because it has a 20% chance to flinch, so this allows Gyarados to potentially even beat Pokemon like Skarmory 1v1. So this is leftovers with Intimidate, and obviously I told you could use Crunch over Earthquake there. Now, another option is Substitute, and this can be either Substitute or Taunt. So what Substitute does is allows you to avoid status, maybe a Thunder Wave from Clefable, maybe a Thunder Wave from Jirachi, a Will-O-Wisp from Rotom, also avoiding the Volt Switch damage as well if they're defensive, which is pretty cool because you can sub, avoid the Will-O-Wisp for Thunder Wave, and then you Dragon Dance up as they Volt Switch. They are forced to switch out, so eventually you can actually allow Gyarados to do some work with this, right? Letting it also sub up on weaker Pokemon like defensive Starmie that don't have Thunderbolt, so if they're only Scald, and also on Gliscors that end up going for U-turn that can't stay in. So you get a lot of free switches with this. The important part about running Jolly Gyarados is you are faster than Togekiss, Timid Togekiss, Jolly Mamoswine, and things around there, while also being faster than Adamant Lucario, Timid Heatran, Jolly Breloom. So it just allows you to do that. You don't have to go Earthquake as your move there. You could go Ice Fang over Earthquake. You could do Dragon Dance, Waterfall, Ice Fang, Substitute. And if you don't like Substitute, another option is also Taunt. And Taunt, what it allows you to do is, again, it stops those status moves. It also stops Unaware Clefable from wishing and moonlighting up. So basically, if you Waterfall into Clefable and you saw that it takes Stealth Rock upon switching, you could taunt it. That way it can't heal or go for Wish, and you can proceed to try and Waterfall it down. Obviously, you won't be doing boosted damage because Unaware ignores your boost. However, you can still potentially flinch it and beat it down to death before it either Calm Minds, Wish passes, Thunder Waves, or does something that could be annoying for you. So Taunt's also an option there over Substitute. Again, I do think Gyarados should always be running Jolly, and I don't think that this metagame has like the... I don't think there's a point in using bulky Gyarados at the moment. I feel like just you want max speed, max attack if you want to do something like that. Like I'm trying to think, like, is there anything in particular that bulky Gyarados honestly helps you with? Not necessarily, because the metagame is just so strong right now. So for the most part, I mean, like on a bulky Dragon Dance set, like running HP so you could take XYZ. I don't think it's necessary on Gyarados. So of course, if you are running Gyarados, there's also the option of Moxie, and Moxie's really cool because again, once you pick up a KO, you start snowballing, right? You pick up a KO, you already Dragon Dance up, you have +1 speed, +1 attack, you knock out your opponent's Pokemon, and this gives you another +1 attack. So it just makes Gyarados incredibly threatening. I like Lumberry on Moxie specifically because you want to make sure that this can set up on Pokemon going for Scald. This can set up on like Scald +3 Manaphy type of thing. Well, not on +3 Manaphy because +3 Manaphy would for 2-hit KO you. But, you know, you can set up on Will-O-Wisp for Sludge Bomb Gengar type of thing. So it just allows you to set up a little bit easier by having that Lumberry right there. Just allows you, again, like no extra like Spore from Breloom, for instance. You can set up on that, and you don't have to worry about it going for Spore on you. So I think this should always be running Dragon Dance, Waterfall, Earthquake, and Ice Fang as well. You can sometimes slash Crunch with Earthquake if you really want to, just because you want to pick up that KO and Starmie. But if you do manage to Dragon Dance up and pick up a KO anyway, you'll be +2 attack, and Starmie offensive will die to Earthquake anyway. So again, Moxie is just a little bit easier. With Moxie Gyarados, you can use screens. You definitely want Defog with this Pokemon. Gliscor and Scizor are the big ones, obviously. And of course, Gyarados is naturally weak to Pokemon like Rotom Wash, like Breloom, and Latios is a fantastic partner. Latios also does it really, really well. I also think that Gyarados is one of those Pokemon that works really well with opposing waters as well. For instance, Gyarados plus Rotom Wash, they work really well together because Rotom Wash can burn everything that would obviously threaten Gyarados, and allowing Gyarados either your setup. Also, Rotom Wash can take like the Ice Shards and the Icicle Crashes and, you know, the stuff from Mamoswine, whereas Gyarados doesn't really have to worry too much about the physical attacks aimed at Rotom Wash due to it being running Intimidate, though this one's obviously Moxie. Dual Screens is also an option as well as Sticky Web. I think if you're running Gyarados on Sticky Web, you might want to run Taunt on it, that way you can stop Scizor from defogging, Gliscor from defogging, things like that. And obviously you want your own hazards as well. Scarm Gyarados is a really good core too. And of course, their old school Gyaravi, right? Gyarados plus Electivire is really fun. So, next up we have Rest Talk Gyarados. Now this can either run physically defensive or special defensive. Now if you run special defensive, I would advise running Careful Nature with 208 special defense EVs, and I have the damage calc right here. But that allows you to not be 2-hit KO'd by Specs Latios' Psychic. After Leftovers Recovery, it's a guaranteed 3-hit KO. So that's just one little thing if you want to go that. But otherwise, you would go physically defensive. And what this thing will take with Intimidate, it will allow it to take on +2 Lucario. It will allow it to take on a hit from Swords Dance Breloom, a knockoff from Crawdaunt, a Dragon Dance boost Outrage, and obviously you can phase them out. This set in particular is more for stall variations of teams, right? So you would put this particularly, and then it could take like a hit from Garchomp, hit from Feraligatr, obviously. Naturally, it already takes hit from Manaphy, Mamoswine and Scizor as well, and Weavile too. So this one is going to be ran more on stallier teams, probably with like Scar and Bliss, you know, Hippowdon, Blissey, I already said Blissey, but Clefable type of things. And this is mainly, you want a Pokemon that can deal with Gyarados, or excuse me, that can deal with setup sweepers, phase them out, but also a Pokemon that can deal comfortably with Pokemon like Infernape and Heatran, which can be really annoying with Taunt plus Magma Storm or Infernape's massive coverage. So this is more on stall / semi-stall based teams, just a physically defensive set. And again, if you want to make it more special defensive, so it can easier take on +3 Manaphy, it can live 2 Psychics from Latios, things like that. By all means, again, you would go 208 special defense if that's what you want to do with a Careful Nature. Now, this is more of a meme set, and the last one is more of a meme set too, but this is something that we ran on Hita Fajita back in the day, and that is Choice Scarf Gyarados. Choice Scarf Gyarados and Moxie is so funny because you pick up surprise KOs, right? For example, your opponent leads off with a banded Infernape. Most of the time, they're going to U-turn out versus Gyarados, or Thunder Punch if they have it. So your Choice Scarf, you outspeed them, you knock them out with Waterfall. They lead off with, let's say, or Garchomp is in versus you, and the Garchomp's like at 50-60%. You outspeed them, you go for Ice Fang, you knock them out. So it's just like a really cool way of using Gyarados. Again, it is a little bit more memey. It definitely wants hazard support as well, but Scarf Gyarados can potentially snowball. I won't compare it to Kartana because Kartana does it better with Beast Boost, and Kartana is also not in this metagame, but that's definitely something that Gyarados is good at doing. especially late game when it gets those Moxie boosts and can just waterfall and flinch as well. I do think Waterfall, Earthquake, Ice Fang, and Crunch is the coverage you need because obviously you don't need to run Dragon Dance on this set. Now the last set is incredibly memey, but also very, very fun. And I've also used this a couple times. I've used this with Thunder as well, Rain, but there's no like actual raid here. But this is Choice Specs Gyarados. Why the hell would you use Choice Specs Gyarados? Well, Hurricane. Hurricane allows you to knock out Breloom, which is pretty cool. Physical Gyarados cannot knock out Breloom one hit, especially because it lacks bounce. But Specs Gyarados with Hurricane can knock that out. Obviously, you knock out Mamoswine, you smash Heatran type of thing. Specs Ice Beam, you'll deal with a Gliscor that might just try and U-turn on you because it can take a neutral Gyarados' hit, but not, like a Specs Ice Beam. And then you also have Fire Blast to cook Scizor. So it's just more of a meme set, but a lot of fun as well. With Intimidate, you're still taking hits from like Dragonite and Garchomp if need be. Obviously, if they're boosted too much, that's not going to be the case. And you can Revenge Kill them with Ice Beam as well. So Gyarados might only have 60 base special attack. You could technically go Modest if you wanted to. But the problem with going Modest is your like the Breloom answer becomes harder, whereas Timid you're a guaranteed Breloom answer, right? Like you don't have to depend on their nature if you're Modest, whereas Timid it doesn't matter what they are. But yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys today when it comes to Gyarados. Again, sorry that I didn't end up doing slides. I was just really busy today. It was just a long day, and I wanted to make sure I got this up. So hopefully you guys enjoyed anyway and still listened and learned. And I will see you guys in the next one. Remember, all the information was all here on the screen. My EVs, what the stats become, all of it. This is PokemonShowdown.com. I'm on their team builder as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.